Hello, this is Olivier. Hello, sharpshooters. Well, sorry, no videos for a little while, but something extraordinary has happened to me. Uh, as you know from all my videos, I've been talking quite a lot about Bitcoin. Hardly anybody listened to me, or if they did, they didn't tell me. And I've been doing this for quite a few years, and well, to keep things confidential or not confidential, I've done extremely well. In fact, I can retire. So I'm losing a little bit of interest in currencies because it's so complicated with this election. I'm having a lot of trouble getting my neurals adapting to this Biden Trump situation, which is completely absurd. Uh, so I've concentrated on Bitcoin, and basically, I'm not going to say what I did, but I'm okay. The main thing that made me money on Bitcoin is my robot. Yes. Now, all of those that called me scammer, whatever, when I was the kindest, nicest person trying to help people, unfortunately, my robot became number one and got out of hand, and all sorts of. I was one of the first ones to be on the receiving ends of all sorts of fake IDs and stuff like that. All that's been arranged on MT4. Um, I really had a hard time with that because I was genuine. I was trying to help, and I have helped many people. I get many testimonies now from people who come back by my new MT5 product and get all my old robots because they've run out of activations and things like that, which I gladly give them free if they buy my MT5 product, or if I believe in them, or if I think they're nice people, or if they haven't hassled me. But just on Bitcoin, you could be very rich, my friends. I mean, it's gone up 120% in a month. Uh, it's 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 like when you look at your account, anyway. Um, so this is Bitcoin on my robot, and the way I've done it, because as you know, I'm extremely lazy and I use machines, is I get my robot to buy dips. I mean, I've never sold Bitcoin. I've sold them recently. You can't live forever, but and you need to enjoy life, right? But I tend to hold on and buy on dips. That's what I've been doing in the past. Now, it's not always easy. There have been very hard times um, because we went up to 20,000. I didn't believe in Bitcoin at first. I thought it was for bandits and things like that. Went up to 20,000. I said, "Oh, okay, that's not going to last." And it went down to 3,000, 4,000. And when I saw that, I said, "Nah, there's something I need to do here." But then, being the way I am, I don't buy. I don't buy. When it's oversold. Like here, this is on 15 minutes. This is nothing because if you look back on what's happened, this is what's happened here. This is where all the money's being made, um, and this is a robot on 15 minutes. So basically, right now, you can be using 15 minutes to buy dips, like here. Okay, you want to buy dips. You don't want to buy up here. Okay, and you won't know that unless you use my self-optimizing robots. Um, and you can put this, of course, where I've made the most money is on H4. Okay, this is H4. This is the H4 time frame. Now it needs a while to self-optimize and figure out where to go, but and it's got the filters here, so it won't be buying at the wrong time. Exactly, this machine you can use on anything, on gold, on oil. Um, but you need to talk to me because I'll tell you what works best. But for Bitcoin, it's worked incredibly well, incredibly well. So, I mean, you can also see this is on Euro. Some of the Neurals I use. Let me see my Bitcoin one. This is another Bitcoin 15-minute. And yeah, I also have some indicators I've bought, which are okay, but if you follow these trend things, they've figured them out. They'll do a big dip, and you'll end up making no money. unless you're sitting there all day, you know, taking profits as you go down. All of a sudden here, there's going to be a huge dip, and you're going to lose all your profits. So these people selling these signals, I bought. This is one of the only things I've bought because I'm always fascinated by trends, but you have to man them yourself. Now here's a very good one that you don't need to man. It's mash and zip. You can see very clearly how the dollar, this is where it sold the dollar, and it stayed under the cloud. I have a video on that. So you've had a very good run on the dollar. It's a bit more complicated, and you have to look back. This is 30 minutes, you know. You have to be really patient these days. You have to wait a long time for an order, and then you have to stick with it. I like doing small. You know, this is 1 minute, 1 minute time frames. I like doing a lot of small orders, but that's not turning out super well right now because it just goes up and down. It doesn't know where it's going. There's no direction. But if you're on a 1 minute with a robot, you're not going to miss a big move. Even if you're losing money for a while, when there's a big move, you're going to make a lot of money because it reacts in 1 minute. Something can happen. 1 minute, it'll react, go up and down. You always want to be in there. And that's with my robots. So I still have a lot to offer, even though I'm kind of retired. So this is how I'm treating the dollar today. I'm intrigued. You know, it's been diverging as all these people give you lessons on divergence and all. It was been diverging for about a year. So it's supposed to go down, the euro, but it's not because they keep on printing money in the US. But now they're talking about raising rates, which is incredible. So the only thing you can do is use my robot, which is the best, and I've bought 100 other robots, and this is not a lie. Nothing makes money like it. And in fact, if you just want to live, you just put on the robot, and so you might not, at the moment, you might not get an order for a week. So that's kind of annoying, and it's kind of, when you only do that, I play chess a lot, thank God, but when you only do that, it gets a bit boring. We haven't had much volatility. All we've had is going up and down, bobbing up and down. Nobody's really deciding. Look at these great patterns on top here, so you know to sell. And you have great patterns down the bottom. So we're going to go back to where we were. We basically always go back to where we were. So if you buy something, it'll go back to where it was. If you sell something, all you need to do is wait. Your figures don't look great for the moment. Your drawdowns don't look great, but you just wait. Why, take a loss? And you also need a bit more capital because there is another problem arriving, that this industry is becoming regulated the way it's been regulated in the States. And there are very few places where you've only got a few months left to get about 500 average, unless you go to, some Bahama or something like that, which that's up to you. I prefer to stay legal. We're going to have 40 leverage and higher margins. So your whole strategy has to change. If you're good, you'll still make a lot of money. But that means putting more money and waiting longer. And most people don't have, from what I've seen, They used to write every hour. That's why they're probably washing cars now. I'd like to hear about all these people, how they've done after they criticized me so much on my robots, and they could all be millionaires now. 5 years ago, if they'd followed my instructions. So that's kind of funny. Um, anyway, just to tell you that I'm still here. I'm still available. You can still talk to me. I'm kind of moving away from Twitter because I'm very mad at what's going on. I hope they break them up. I hope they go bankrupt. I know all my financial friends and I have been powerful in finance. You know, we're the silent people too, but Twitter's not going to make it. That was stupid. Um, it was made by Trump. The guy's an idiot, needs a shave, and we're going to make sure he goes down. And not just because you like or don't like Trump. It's just imagine even Angela Merkel's worried. Everybody's worried. In France, let's say we have elections and you don't like the opposition. So you just ban them from everything. We've got to have our own systems. We've got to break these companies up. Got to have our own servers. And the decisions should be made by censors, by the French government, by US government, not by private companies who don't know what the hell they're doing. Most of them have dropped out of college and they got lucky. They got lucky, well, because people helped them get lucky. But when people stop helping them get lucky and they turn their back on people, they're going to have problems. They turn their back on Trump. I don't think that's a good idea. Whatever you think, he's not broke at all. His daughter just bought a $30 million house. He's back, and he's going to be around for a while, and he's done some good things. He's a bit different. He's a maverick. He's a bit gauche. He's nouveau riche. He's whatever you want. A lot of defaults, but his defaults make him famous. Where is Biden? Where is Biden? What's he said? What's he done? Blah, 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 blah. Hide, 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 hide. He's not going to make it. He can't handle this job. I'm very worried about what's going on in the US. But you voted for this, guys? Well, Americans voted. I voted. Not for him. You voted for these lefty people? Well, you get what you deserve. Thank God I'm in France. We did that a long time ago. And got rid of the both. Basically, in France, we've gotten rid of both big parties. So it's like America having no Democrats and no Republicans. And Macron is in between. It's not bad being in between. He'll lean right when he wants to be. He's mainly leaning right. They always tend to lean right. And leaning left when he needs to be. We really have the best health system in the world because we did it in 1940. There's no way you could do it now. And we're okay. We have some good bits of socialism. If you define socialism by government control, nothing else. Yeah, it's good to control health. It's good to control schooling. It's good to control airlines, trains. We'll give our money for that. We'll pay our taxes for that. There's nothing wrong with it. But we're still free to create enterprises, create companies, make money. It's not illegal to make money here. And we don't hate each other. And whatever people say, this yellow vest or whatever, that's tiny, tiny compared to the huge, mega, mega problems that America will. I don't know how they're going to resolve it. But it's getting terrible. And I really don't want to be there right now. Maybe in Texas or Florida. All right, enough of my blah blah. But I can make you money. Contact me on Telegram.